Hey, what's up, rehabs across the world? Trent here. It's actually taking in the sunset, protecting my peace in New York City. And you know, one thing that I know for a fact that a lot of people don't have these days is patience. And I like to think that patience is a part of faith, right? Believing the odds are beatable even when the odds say it's impossible. And it reminds me of, you know, having a gardener's mindset. Now I remember going to Little Rock, Arkansas to visit my grandpa, and he taught me a valuable lesson. Bless his soul, he's no longer alive. But he taught me a valuable lesson about patience and about having faith. Because sometimes we think faith is, you know, even though we know it's seeing the unseen, but a lot of us, we think faith is actually like seeing it, then believing it. But faith is believing it before you see it, right? And hoping that it comes to fruition or that harvest will take place. But I remember going to Little Rock, Arkansas when I was a little kid. And my grandfather, he had this garden. He grew up on a farm, so he was a gardener. I was far from it. But he had this garden, and every time we would go there, I would be like so intrigued of the process of planting a seed and watching that seed grow. Because I'm a firm believer in life now that every seed you plant will grow, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. And so we'll go there and we'll plant these seeds, different seeds, just different crops we wanted to plant. And I remember one specific time when I was down there and we planted seeds. I was probably like 7 years old. Literally, we planted the seeds, and 2 hours later, I went to my grandfather. I was like, "Grandfather, we must have did something wrong because like we planted the seed 2 hours ago, nothing has happened." And my grandfather always said, "Trent, just be patient and trust the process." So, you know, at 7 years old, 6 years old, I think patience is 2 hours later. So I go back to him 2 hours after that and say, "Grandpa, listen, I'm like, it's 2 hours, it's 4 hours now. We planted the seed, nothing has happened." He said, "Trent, just be patient and trust the process." So patient to me then tomorrow. So the next day I go to my grandpa and say, "Grandpa, look, we did something wrong. Like nothing has happened. We planted this seed. I thought we did it right." He said, "Trent, just be patient and trust the process." So that whole process of me coming to him lasted till we left back to New Orleans. And I remember a few months later, he called and he asked to speak to me. He said, "Trent, guess what? That seed that we planted, it's time for the harvest. That crop grew." And he said, in life, always have this mindset. Just be patient and trust the process. And so a lot of people look at my life now and they see me traveling the world, speaking all across the world, and